All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by Blake Moynes. He's on this season of Bachelor in Paradise and a dear friend. Welcome back to the show, Blake.
Thank you for having me, girls. It's good to be back here.
I know it's been a while. We were just discussing that I think maybe the last, one, you're a world traveler. You're always somewhere. And the last time I think we saw you was in the office, 2-ish years ago, and you were an engaged man at that time. So a lot has changed since then.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely lots. But for you guys too, which is great, right? I keep it up on your life. Big things. You guys are moving quicker than I am now, which is great. Now I want to be like you, right? I want to be like you guys. I want to have what you guys have.
Well, I think you tried to have that this season of Bachelor in Paradise. Unfortunately, we saw that you did go home the past episode.
Yes.
Listen, Blake, we were really rooting for you. We thought Paradise was your time to shine. Did you feel like going into Paradise that this could be it?
I did because it's like, hey, there's going to be multiple women here. Like, I feel like I'll either gravitate to one or one will really gravitate to me. And we did in the beginning. I really thought that like I wouldn't necessarily hone in on just one person, similar to like the whole Bachelorette situation. But I'm just like a one person guy, like I'm not really a jump around, test out the waters type of guy. So maybe the environment wasn't as good for me as I thought it would have been. Maybe I could have done things a little bit different, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Hey, we were watching, we were rooting for it, but we talk about the show every week and have been talking about it. And it did feel like maybe you and Jess held each other back a little bit from really getting to experience the full Paradise, maybe go on multiple dates. Like some of these other girls and guys, they went on multiple dates, they tested the waters, and whether that worked out or didn't work out, that's fine, but it's certainly a different path. And now that we've watched you leave and have seen these guys, whether they're just fighting for a rose or if they actually are interested in Jess, like line up for Jess. So it's like, okay, did these guys have these feelings this whole time and just nobody wanted to say anything? And now like it's at hour 11 and they're swooping in.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely knew and felt a lot of that there. Like I knew that she was of interest to a lot of the guys, but I do think I wouldn't necessarily call it like an intimidation, but I think I got along with everybody. I don't think they wanted to step on toes from me, but like it probably would have been good for us to go through that because I think Jess also kind of like needed that and wanted that. And I don't think she felt really pursued heavily aside from maybe myself. And so I think it would have tested, right? I think with Bachelor and Bachelorette, I didn't go through that much adversity with Katie. Like I felt pretty strong the whole way through and it always felt like fantasy land and like, this is perfect. So I was like, I can go into here, expect adversity. I think I can look at it as a positive. And we didn't go through crazy adversity. And I think we need to be tested and maybe she just wasn't tested enough. And for the guys, I felt like maybe we're sitting back a little bit, maybe out of respect, but that's not a place to respect. You gotta shoot, boys. You gotta shoot here.
Yeah. So as a viewer, we were a little confused about certain things that happened, whether things were discussed and we didn't see it. We did see Jess and Tyler have a moment that never really got talked about or brought up. Did you know that happened or did you have no idea until it aired?
I did know about it when it happened. So the conversation you did see when we were like, okay, we're going to do this. When we got back from the date, we did in that conversation, she did express to me that she had kissed him. I didn't know she used as much tongue as she did with him because she didn't do that with me. But no, she expressed to me, that she had done that. I don't know about the Tyler Mercedes situation, but she definitely that was something she brought up right away.
Yeah, that's interesting that they didn't show that because I think as watching it, we were like, wait, do they know what happened there? Clearly nothing came from that because you guys continued to talk after that. But yeah, I think what Fran said is true. And like you said, like you guys kind of held on to each other and like people didn't really shoot their shot. And I think you both kind of felt like you were excited at first, but like maybe this isn't what we thought it was at the end.
Yeah. Listen, I will say, and she would be able to tell you the exact same, like she blames herself more than anything. I was really, really trying to like I was more sure than she was. She was just very unsure, and I could tell that. And so it was like made it very weird because you're not fully yourself when you're the other person you're like pursuing is like, I'm sure about you. It's like you're not fully secure in yourself. You're not loose. You're not having fun. I was not like this. I was very uptight around her for the most part because I didn't know what I needed to show her to like. So yeah, it was the weirdest relationship I've been in a while, just because it was so I don't know what it was. It just felt weird. And I was pushing and trying, but just never, just unsure. And that's fine. But like, we should have figured that out way earlier, I think.
Yeah.
And but no one helped push that either.
Right.
You know, so.
What was the initial, because we talked, Jess was on our show a couple of weeks ago. We talked to her and, you know, she said that the two of you, like right off the bat, it was like a comfortable thing, and that's like why she felt like she gravitated towards it. When do you think that kind of changed? Because now you're kind of recounting like that maybe you weren't fully able to be yourself. So if you guys went from like, oh, this is comfortable, this is fun, like when did things start to be like, maybe this isn't as great as it seems?
Well, you know, I don't think there was like a cut in one of the days where it's like, okay, now this is weird. It always felt weird, only because each day it was like in the afternoon, she could have showed me something that really made me feel like confident. And then like that night, it could feel weird. And the way we said goodbye was like, it just was so, I think she was so in her head that she would find instances where she was super into it and then like find a reason to not. And then like, so I was kind of moving with her emotion and trying to play to that when I should have not. I should just been like, hey, what are we doing? Let's figure this out. If you're not into it, I'm going to like try something else or whatever it is. So it wasn't a specific like cut in the sand. It was like day to day, she would show me enough to make me want to stick around and wait for her to come around the corner. And it just never came around the corner.
Yeah.
Speaking of coming around the corner, we saw that Katie Thurston came back for a little bit. Yeah. And, you know, I think you probably were not expecting that. People were unsure if she was coming to date. Was she doing a game? Turns out she was just there for a little game. How did you feel about having that conversation? Because it has been a while. Both of you have dated other people in the meantime. What was that like, having that conversation?
It was needed. I didn't know I needed it. It was definitely needed. I literally had not talked to her at all since we like had the breakup and there was that whole public thing. She had sent me a whole bunch of voice notes, all that stuff. And I was like, I don't know you shit. I'm not responding to any of this. And I just honestly needed time to breathe and like take it all in, because I would have probably said something. I'm never mean, but like I probably wouldn't respond the way that I typically would. So yeah, we need that conversation. Her coming down was something I didn't know that I needed, and not being able to prepare for it made the reaction very raw and pure and organic the way that you saw. She probably had an idea that I was down there, so I'm sure she knew what she was coming to say, but I didn't know what the fuck she was going to come and say to me. So I was anxious. I was very anxious about what that conversation was going to be like, and if she was going to come down with fire or like, what are you coming to say to me? So very much needed. I didn't know I needed it, but I did.
Now, this may be, I don't even know what kind of question, but I'm going to ask. If she came down and was like, listen, I'm here to date, like, do you think there's any world where you would have given it another shot, or it's kind of like, all right, that chapter's over?
Right before I answer that, I want both your answers as to what do you think I would do?
I don't think that you would.
You're right. And the reason is that I just have like a standard policy with like, listen, it's easy to look back on all the positive benefits of all those relationships and like find those reasons to like, no, we moved on for a reason. There was things why it didn't work. It didn't end well. We're in a great place right now where we're colder, mature. I can like respect you as a friend and a person in my life now that I can trust and whatever. I don't need to like try again. I think it was very clear why we didn't work. Right. And so I wasn't ready to, no, I didn't see it like that at all. Like
it ended for a reason. And I think now people were a little confused because of the pictures you guys posted together and, you know, messing with people. But I also think people knew like, there's no way, they're probably just friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we knew like, cause those photos stuff came out right before that episode. So people would probably but once they saw the episode, they understand there was just a mutual, very friendly, the way that we ended, and then it would connect. But for people yeah. I mean, I could see why people were
Did you
pushing
know
for that.
Katie was did you know Katie was going to post those pictures on her story?
Well, so we had like a professional photographer there for the event itself. I mean, I remember taking the photo. I had drank a lot that day because I don't like speaking publicly. So like I was taking a lot of tequila stuff in that moment. I'm like, this will probably be posted online, which is fine. Let people, play in that. But listen, Katie is also Katie. So like you can expect her to take that, what do you call it? Spin and stir the pot. What do you call it?
Stirs the pot.
Stir the pot, the bait.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And let her run with that, and I'm easy. Just do your thing.
Yeah, so now we're seeing you post Paradise and other people have been sent home and we're nearing the end. We saw Rachel get sent home or not sent home. She removed herself from the situation, which I thought was the right thing to do because she was like, listen, it's not working. I'm going to leave. Now you guys have been hanging out a bunch. Is this just friends or is there maybe something else there and other connections that you're finding now that you're off the show?
Turtles can really bring people together. When you experience just, life-changing opportunities like that, things can spark. Mm-hmm. No, there's nothing there. We were super close on the show.
Yeah.
We had a really great time, or now better than ever, because when you spend 4 days on the water doing something really cool like that, and really, really close friends. I go to her for almost anything show related now from when I need a female's perspective on things.
I love that. I love that friendship. You guys are both great people.
Yeah, definitely. For sure. And what we watched when you left, we watched Kylee have this moment with you where she was really like asking you not to go. And this was another one as a viewer, we were like, what is this? Because I do think it's funny. Like we saw you on the show, but when it comes down to like airtime, you were my guess is you're probably towards the bottom.
Like you weren't
really in any of the drama. Like there wasn't anything too crazy. You did get to go on it like a date here or there, but like it wasn't anything so crazy. So in that moment, we were like, did we miss something between Blake and Kylee?
Yeah. I can imagine that a lot of people are probably thinking that. There was a natural gravitational pull to like her and Mercedes because of how close that Jess was with them. So I was able to like be very like, it felt like sister, like I could like chill with them and be very open with them because like, okay, Jess is the close connection here. Nothing would ever happen. But that was like a comfortable thing where it's like, there was never a romantic thing there, but we were able to build a good friendship there. So was I confused that she ran up? I didn't expect anyone to run up, to be honest. But when I opened the door, I'm like, and she was saying those things, I was like, hey, what are you saying? Like, what do you mean? Like, I was just confused, right? Naturally. But I was like, no, like, I gotta go. Like, there's nothing here for me. Like, I gotta go. But yeah, I was as confused as you were as to like how that essentially looked. But it was a basis of friendship, especially with the Aiden thing and everything. It's like, that wasn't going to happen.
Right. It looked like more on her end that it was coming from like a romantic place. And Trent even joked, he was like, I thought that we were going to see like a montage play out of the two of them that we have never seen before in this moment.
Yeah, I mean, they probably would have had stuff if they wanted to try to do that, but that actually would have been great. Trent should be a producer on the show, but no, I mean, it was coming from a place of just an honest, good friendship. But I like the twist that was shown there for sure.
Like I said, we saw you in your relationship, but you weren't really in the mix too much drama wise. How did you feel with everything that was going down on the beach? Like, and did you make a conscious effort to try and stay out of some of the, other drama that was happening or like the cattiness between people?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I made like a conscious effort, but no one ever like attacked me or came at me for anything. So like, if I wanted to insert myself into someone else's shit, then I could have. But like at the same time, a lot of it was so dumb that I'm like, I'm not looking for, I don't need to get an airtime here. Like I've made, cum art and dick sculptures and done a whole bunch of fucked up things on their seasons. I don't need to go that route here again. Like I want to just focus on my shit, not fucking fall into the loop that most people do. And so, yeah, I would say just nothing was directed at me. So like there wasn't like you know what I mean?
Yeah. At this point, do you think that you would do another show, whether it be Bachelorette, be The Bachelor, Bachelor in Paradise, or are you like, I gotta look elsewhere?
The only one I think I could see myself was like Naked and Afraid or something like that. Like a self challenge, have my thing swing around in the woods there and just see how I manage that. Just a self challenge like that, right? I'm comfortable naked. But in terms of, trying to seek out love on TV again, I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah.
So if everything makes sense, sure. But like,
I think there is a dating naked show, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
I did. I did. That would be a great combination for me, right?
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I wouldn't say like you said, I never say never to anything. Opportunities need to present themselves in a way that makes sense for me. I'm always fucking in a new country, doing a new project, and so like timing would have to work out, and the opportunity to be right.
Yeah. The way this season ended, who did you come out to like actually feeling like you made legitimate friendships with? And are you and Jess, I'm assuming, are on fine terms now? I don't know if you guys have really talked post show.
Yeah, no, we've caught up a bunch and talked through a whole bunch of different things. It's very cordial, very friendly. No, she's like the sweetest girl ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's impossible to be mad at her. And she truly is actually like very, very mature. I think that she could probably use some growth through experience in actual relationships because she has not been through a lot of those, but she's a very mature person. So we were able to talk through a whole bunch of things, and we are in a very great place on that front. When it comes to like other people, I mean, I'm not too involved as you probably see in like Bachelor Nation stuff. Like I kind of do my own thing for the most part. Don't stay away from it, but I also don't try to overly insert. So I'm friends with everybody there. Honestly, there wasn't anyone that I really disliked. And, we'll text here and there stories of whatever, but there isn't like a gravitational pull to many other side from like some of the girls, some of the guys, Rachel for sure. That's the gist of it. Yeah.
I got to ask about your mom. One, how she's doing. We miss her. And
yes, we do.
Two, was she really trying to get on the Golden Bachelor? Because boy, was that a missed opportunity if she really was.
She's good. She's busy. She's doing her thing for sure. Listen, so there was an instance where that was potential. There was, and like there was talks through that with the actual show itself, but she was out of the age gap.
I was going to say she need like someone younger than him.
Yeah, no, that would have been it would have been it. I just don't see her actually like. No, she wouldn't have fell for him. She probably would have left
yeah.
She'd be like, this is not my jam.
Right.
I think your mom could probably like eat Jerry alive, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Yeah.
But she's too young for him.
Exactly.
She's just too young at heart, anyways. Like she's very like as old as she's mom, she's almost still like 30. You know what I mean? So like she needs someone more hip and with it, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No offense to Jerry.
No offense, but he is an older gentleman and old.
Yes. Yeah, it would have been a weird dynamic.
Yeah. The last thing I want to ask you is what's your next big trip you have planned? Where are you going? What animal are you saving?
I leave in 3 days to the Amazon.
Wow. I knew there'd be something.
Yeah, go into the Amazon. We're focusing on a whole bunch of different wildlife sanctuaries. It's a wildlife sanctuary. There's fires encroaching on the sanctuary, wiping out the Amazon. There's animals coming in that need help that are going through a lot of burn wounds and things like that. Mm-hmm. It's a center that essentially rewilds animals that have been exploited in the pet trade. And so we're doing a whole project on that. And I'm there for a month. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Good for you.
That is crazy. I truly like so much credit to you for doing that and like you really immerse yourself in it too. Like it's not some people, I think it can come out a little performative on social media because you're posting, and posting is great. 100% awareness is great. Posting is great. Yeah. But you're like boots on the ground. Mm-hmm.
No, you got this. That's the thing, right? Is it like I could be a warrior here, but it's like, no, fucking walk the walk. Like, I'm not just going to post with a shark and be like, save sharks. It's like, no, fucking do the work.
Yeah.
Prove yourself and credibility. Now, I will say, if there is one type of limit that would be too much for you guys, if I found something that was great to like insert you guys on something a little wild, what is the breaking point or the limit of which I won't do that?
For us to do something?
I would love to do something.
Oh my God, I would love to.
That would be amazing.
I would love to do something. I mean, I don't want to like fear that I don't know, maybe like that an animal could really like
Eat?
injure
Eat?
us.
Okay,
yeah, like an
yeah,
animal
yeah,
could
okay,
injure me.
okay.
Like I could do like a tiny bite that won't injure me, but like anything that's gonna like put my life in danger.
Something about the and I think it's just because I'm also looking at your room and I'm like the your work with the rhinos is so cool, but I'm like that's an animal that might scare me a little bit, but like water sharks, I'm down. Like
we're open.
Yeah, I'm open.
We're open.
Sure.
If you throw an idea at us and it works, we'll 100% do it, and we'll tell you if we're too scared.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, there's so many coming up. So if there's something that makes sense, I'll throw one. Just see how you.
Definitely, definitely, please do. That would be so much fun.
I would love to do something. That would be really cool.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely lots of opportunity, and it's all positive stuff too. So as much as the experiences, you walk away being like, "Wow, we did something there," and it was very rewarding in all senses. So
yeah.
Well, we can appreciate that. We can definitely talk about it.
Yeah, definitely
talk about it. But Blake, thank you so much for jumping on with us. I know that the season didn't quite end the way that we were all hoping it would end for you. But when you go into a new season or a new show in this franchise and you come out unscathed, I feel like it's a win,
I feel like that's, might happen here. It's the season's not over yet.
What could there possibly be to complain about? Look, people maybe were really, really rooting for you and Jess and are sad that you ended it. But like at the end of the day, people break up on Paradise.
Yeah,
if that's the worst thing
that happened, you're good.
Exactly.
No, for sure. I see it that way too. So I'm glad that you both see it that way.
Awesome.
So, positive all around.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Blake.
Thanks so much, Blake.
Okay. Take care.